Good afternoon, brothers. This is Brother H with another video of Go and Preach. And I want to share this small tip that I have learned over a few years. Before being a door-to-door soul winner, I would open air preach. And a lot of times, people are not going to like the fact that you're knocking on doors, so they might call the cops, especially those who in co-ops and condos and so on. But my advice is, if the Lord called you there and you're knocking on doors, let the cops come and tell you to leave. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, don't get into, it's my First Amendment right to, my faith decrees me to go and preach the gospel to all nations. It's a waste of time. The cop comes up, says you got to leave, and try to share the gospel with him. And just know that you're surrounded by angels, that the Lord is backing you up. And if there's a place that says no soliciting, I'm not sure, as I understand it, is basically they don't want people to go to door to door and sell stuff. I gotta kind of look up, but it doesn't matter. We there to preach the gospel and give gospel to as much as people as we can. So, just don't worry about that. Don't get nervous. Don't let you scare. They sometimes say that to scare you so you can stop evangelizing. That's one of the tools of the enemy. So this lady came out and she says, just to let you know, that you can't be here. People get really upset and call the cops. And I asked her, well, was Jesus arrested? Was the apostles arrested? Was the disciples arrested? Well, that's Christianity, man. Thank you for letting me know, but I'm just gonna continue on my way. And if the cops want to call the cops, that's fine with me. And just keep it moving. And her face was like, ooh. When I said, was Christ arrested? So sometimes you got to stand your ground sometimes. You just can't. Because a lot of our fears is like self-induced. That's what the enemy does, right? It tells you, oh, if you go and preach and knock on doors or preach, you're going to get arrested. That's Christianity, man. You know what I'm saying? That's Christianity. I mean, we are out there to partake in the sufferings of Christ. And in the country we live, that can look in being harassed, the cops telling us to leave, or yada, yada. But, just as the apostle Paul and Barnabas, they left the city, they shook the dust off their feet and say, well, your blood is on your own hands. And you just be obedient to that. Well, anyway, brothers, keep up the good fight. Keep preaching the gospel. And you know what it is. Go and preach!